Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Rebel. My name is Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So we have 3 chords for the introduction, and we're going to start off with B major, which we can play up here as a bar chord, and to play that we need a fret 7 on the E, 9 on the A and D, we need a 8 on the G, 7 on the B and E. So that's the first shape. The next shape, thankfully, is the same, but down 2 frets, which is now an A major. So we're going from B major to A major. We can then play E major, which is going to be an open chord, but we can play quite sneakily by just removing that finger, keeping these 3 fingers, sliding it down to 2, 2 and 1. There's E major. Most people will play E major with that, but because we're going to be going back and forth to the bar chords and that E major, we might as well try and keep the same shape. So what happens is we play B to A, E, then back up to B. And to demonstrate that, watch especially what those 3 fingers do, but here we are. And for the introduction, you play that round once. We then get the first verse where it is largely the same thing. However, instead of playing around the chords once, you'll play it through twice. So let's jump into the pre-chorus, which is very, very similar with a small difference. So it is worth mentioning that if you'd like the chord chart for this song, which has the full structure and all the chords within that structure, as well as another sheet with the chords and lyrics matched up, let's say you're singing or playing along and you need to know which chord goes with which lyric, head on over to Patreon, I've got you covered. For the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but close to 700 songs of all the latest releases. So feel free to check that out. However, that pre-chorus, we do start off with B major, then we share a bar between the A and the E, and just let that E chord ring out. Let me demonstrate that one more time without me talking over the top. And at that point, we go to the chorus. And the great news about the chorus, it's basically the same as the introduction and the first verse, where we play the B to the A, E major to B. Play that round twice and you've got yourself the chorus. Now I'm just going to look over to the notes, which is what's available on Patreon. We have a post-chorus where things change again. We start with A major to E, going to B, and then A major. So that's the one time where we don't start on a B major. So we've got the E to A, B to A. We then do start to see a lot more repetition. Looking over to the notes, there's a second verse. Same as the first verse, 2 times round, B to A, E to B. There's then a chorus, same as the first chorus. There's then a small post-chorus where we go from A to E. Which leads into a guitar solo. Now this video is focused around the chords of the song. If you're interested in hearing a tutorial on the guitar solo, leave a comment in the section below, and if there's enough interest, I'll make a video based on that. The chords behind that though are just the usual chords of B to A, E to B, and play that round twice. We then get even more repetition. Third verse, usual chords. Chorus, usual chords. Then there's a small outro, usual chords twice. So basically that B to A, E to B a bunch of times. And there we go, that's everything we need to get through this song. So if you found it useful, please do like and subscribe, which really, really helps out the channel, and consider getting that extra material over on Patreon. I also want to say a very quick thanks to the people floating by on the screen who are my active patrons. Those folks will get access to the content that I mentioned today straight away after this video goes live, as well as all those other close to 700 songs that I mentioned as well. So thanks to them for supporting me, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.